is Jessica with Chapter 6, and I'm here to talk about City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. So again, just a quick overview for those of you who might not have watched my last two book reviews. I'm doing things differently. I am going to just give a brief overview and then go into a spoiler section. So if you haven't read this book, do not watch after the spoiler section. But until then, I just want to say that this book is definitely read. You have to read this book. You have to read the series. The first book is City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, and then I recommend reading Clockwork Angel, then City of Fallen Angels, then Clockwork Prince, and then this book. It is so good. It is, oh my gosh, I have not been this excited over a book series in such a long time, and I'm finally this series got me back into reading out of my reading slump. So I'm absolutely in love with it. 5 out of 5 stars. Anything good I can say, I say about this book because it is spectacular. Now I'm going to go into a spoiler section. So if you have not read this book, do not continue watching, and instead of watching this video, go pick it up because it is so good. Can you tell that it's good? I don't know if you guys could tell how good it is. It's so good! Okay, so with City of Fallen Angels, I really liked the book, but I didn't feel like it was anything compared to this book. It was just so good, and I found myself just like devouring page after page, reading for a page at a time if I could, and it was just so good. It starts off, and I read the synopsis where it talks about how Jace is not around Clary, but eventually he does come around her, and I thought that was going to be the whole book. Like, just Jace was going to, or Claire was going to be trying to find Jace. But if you're watching the spoiler section, then you know that Clary finds Jace almost in the beginning, and he comes to her and kills Luke, or not kills Luke, but stabs Luke, and he's with Sebastian, all buddy-buddy. When I heard that, my heart just sank. I could not believe that he was all buddy-buddy with Sebastian. He's the bad guy. And Jace was with him. And then when Clary decided that she was going to be going and following them to see what their plans were, I about flipped. Because it was just, my mind was just like going crazy, and I just could not see where the series was going to be going. But after Clary was in the house and with Jace and Sebastian, I really started to feel for Sebastian. I'm like, oh my god, is Sebastian really going to turn a leaf, or is this all just a trick? And let me tell you guys, you know he tricked me. He's awful. He tried to, he was all up on Clary, and it was so gross because they actually are brother and sister, and he's not Jace, okay? You don't love them as brother and sister. You only love Jace and Clary as brother and sister. And when they were together, it was, but then I was like, I really felt for him until the end. I really thought that he was going to change, but as you guys know, he didn't. And then let's talk about the end. I'm going to talk about Simon and Isabel and all kinds of other stuff too, but Jace and Clary at the end, my whole body went numb, I couldn't feel anything. I was back just sobbing when Clary stabs Jace. Oh my gosh, I was sobbing in the back. Josh was out here luckily playing Madden, and I was in the bedroom. I was just like, and it was, oh my gosh. But then I knew he wasn't really going to be dead because you can't kill Jace. But I really thought she might have pulled a Carrie Ryan and killed one of the main characters. But luckily, as you guys know, she didn't. Jace is okay, but he has the angel fire inside of him. Girl, he already had the angel fire inside of him, if you ask me. I just can't get over how good this book is. But let's talk a little bit about Simon. I loved where Simon went in this book. I mean, I have never really been a big fan of Simon as a character, so when I heard that the books were going to be mainly in Simon's perspective, I was really disappointed. But after this book, I am in love with Simon and Isabel. I am just in love with them. Oh my gosh, and I just can't get over it. The way that Simon is still in love with Clary is just heartbreaking, but then he also has such strong feelings for Isabel, and I'm like, you go get him, because Isabel, I totally completely pictured differently until this book. And now that I know what is really going on with Isabel and really going on with her and Simon, I'm so happy. I love both of them. And Simon has been like this bad butt this whole time because he's had the mark of Cain on his forehead, which I completely forgot about until they started talking about it again. I didn't even pay attention to Simon and that he would like his vampireness and all this stuff. But oh my god, I just remembered the end with Magnus and Alec too. Ah! So let's sidebar from Simon because Magnus and Alec are more important. They broke up at the end of this because Alec was being all sneaky on Magnus and talking to Camille about him and about making him mortal again. And it's like, what the heck? You don't do that. Simon Magnus needs to be around forever. Just back to Simon. He meets with the angel. He gets in that circle and he takes away the mark of Cain. So you know that Simon's going to die the next book. He is. That's just all there is to it. He is going to die the next book. Otherwise, she wouldn't have bothered taking away his mark of Cain. So, and they gave him the sword, Joshua's sword, and he saved the day, basically. He got Jace to be Jace again, and I was just, I was dying. I was dying the whole time reading this book inside. My heart. It's okay though now, it's okay. One thing I love about this series, or Cassandra Clare's writing, is that these books are intense, and she doesn't leave you. She leaves you with cliffhangers, but she doesn't leave you, like, grasping onto the cliff, like, begging for someone to save you. She gives you a little leg to stand on and really does a good job at wrapping up the series, or the book, without wrapping up the series. So I love that. I was so into this book, and if she would have left it on a cliffhanger, like right when she stabbed Jace, I would have went to her house and hunted her down and said, you tell me that Jace doesn't die right now. I would have attacked her. But I think she did that just so fans wouldn't attack her, because you know what? She has to know. She has to know that we are in love with Jace. I could not get over how good this book was. I loved it. If you guys haven't read it, please read it soon so we can talk about it. Twitter me about it. I have my own Twitter down there, and you guys just need to just talk to me about this book all day because it is so good, and I loved it. I also wanted to talk about Jordan and Maya a little bit. I really don't like them very much because I don't like werewolves very much. I think Luke is the only werewolf I've ever loved. But I do think that Maya and Jordan are very cute, and it kind of adds a more timid romance to the series because Clary and Jace, you feel so passionate toward their romance, and I'm starting to feel passionate towards Simon and Isabel, and I've always felt passionate for Alec and Magnus. So their kind of romance is kind of just more calming and soothing, and you know that everything's going to be okay in that one. No one's going to die out of Jordan and Maya. I mean, they're not main characters, so you're not as worried about them. But I thought that they were a great addition to the series. I just love Cassandra Clare's books. And I heard she's coming out with a new series, kind of like, I think it's in between the Infernal Devices and the Mortal Instruments, I think. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. I want to live in the Shadowhunter world. This book made this series has always been a top series for me, but this book made this series be like on one of my epic book lists. Like, so far the only thing that is on my epic book lists are Harry Potter and Twilight, because they both really changed my reading. Like, Harry Potter really got me into reading in the first place, and Twilight really got me into the YA book world, which I've just loved for the past like 3 years. And this book is up there on that level of epic with now that I have read this. I am totally team Jace, and I want to know what's going on with Sebastian, and I'm totally team Simon and Isabel, and team Magnus and Alec, and I'm so glad that the things were wrapped up the way that they were wrapped up in this book, although I'm dying to know what is going to happen with Alec and Magnus, because it was just so heartbreaking when they were breaking up. He's like, you know, I can't trust you, but I will always love you, and I have to leave you. And Alec's all like, no, don't leave me. And Magnus is like, I must. And oh my gosh, it's crazy. When does the next one come out? I'm Jessica with Chapter 6. This was my review of City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, and this chapter was for you.